Skill Up 26 Top Skills You Need to Succeed in 2030. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Skill Up 26. I hope you're having an amazing day. Thank you for joining me for another episode focused on personal growth, career development, and the skills that can help you build a better future. Today, we're going to talk about something that could completely change the way you think about your career. Imagine waking up in the year 2030. Technology has changed. Companies have changed. The way people work has changed. Artificial intelligence is everywhere. Some jobs look completely different, while new careers have appeared. And employers are no longer asking only one question: what degree do you have? They are asking something much more important. What can you actually do? Today's episode is Top Skills You Need to Succeed in 2030. The future may seem far away, but here's the truth. Your future career is being built by the skills you develop today. So, let's explore this through the story of a young man named Alex. Alex graduated from college with a degree and a lot of hope. He believed his degree would automatically lead him to a successful career. But after graduation, reality was different. Companies wanted experience. They wanted communication. They wanted problem solving. They wanted people who could work with technology. They wanted adaptability, and they wanted employees who could continue learning. Alex suddenly realized something important. A degree can open a door, but skills help you stay inside the room. He decided to stop asking, "What job can I get?" and started asking, "What skills should I build?" That one question changed his life. The first skill Alex focused on was AI literacy. He understood that artificial intelligence wasn't simply another technology. It was becoming a tool that could influence almost every profession. Doctors could use AI to support research. Teachers could use it to create learning materials. Developers could use it to write and analyze code. Marketers could use it to understand customers. Businesses could use it to automate repetitive work. Alex realized that he didn't necessarily need to become an AI scientist, but he needed to understand how AI worked at a practical level and, more importantly, how to use it responsibly. He began learning how to write effective prompts, verify AI-generated information, combine AI tools with his existing skills, and use technology to save time without losing human judgment. That taught him the first major lesson. The future won't belong only to people who compete with technology. It will increasingly reward people who know how to work with technology. But Alex soon discovered another important skill. AI could generate answers. It could summarize information. It could create ideas. But it could also make mistakes. That meant humans still needed to think. So Alex began developing critical thinking. He stopped believing everything he read online. Whenever he saw information, he asked, "Is this reliable? What evidence supports it? Could there be another explanation? What are the risks? What information is missing?" This skill became extremely valuable because in a world overflowing with information, knowing what to believe is just as important as knowing where to find information. The third skill Alex developed was adaptability. Technology changes quickly. A tool that is popular today may be replaced tomorrow. A job that looks secure today may change completely in a few years. Alex realized that trying to predict every change was impossible. Instead, he decided to become someone who could adapt to change. He stopped saying, "I don't know this," and started saying, "I don't know this yet, but I can learn it." That small word, "yet," changed his mindset. He understood that the most valuable career skill might not be knowing everything. It might be the ability to learn something new whenever necessary. This led him to another important skill: continuous learning. Alex created a simple rule. Every month, he would learn something new. It didn't have to be a huge course. It could be a book, a practical project, a new software tool, a communication technique, a technical concept, or a business skill. The goal was simple: never stop improving, because the world keeps moving. And if your skills stop growing, you may eventually fall behind. But Alex also discovered something surprising. Technical skills alone weren't enough. He knew people who were extremely talented technically but struggled to explain their ideas. He knew intelligent people who couldn't work effectively in teams. He knew skilled professionals who couldn't communicate with customers. That brought him to another essential skill: communication. Alex started practicing how to speak clearly, explain complicated ideas in simple language, write professional messages, listen carefully, ask better questions, and present his ideas with confidence. He learned something powerful. Knowledge gives you value, but communication helps other people understand your value. In the future workplace, being able to communicate with humans may become even more important as technology handles more routine information tasks. Alex then discovered another skill that technology couldn't simply replace: emotional intelligence. He learned to understand his own emotions. He learned how to control frustration, listen to other people's perspectives, handle disagreements, give and receive feedback, and remain calm under pressure. He realized that companies don't work only with computers. They work with people. Teams need trust. Customers need understanding. Leaders need empathy. And colleagues need cooperation. Technology can process information, but human relationships still require human intelligence. The next skill Alex developed was problem solving. Instead of complaining when something went wrong, he began asking, "What can I do about it?" If a project failed, he searched for the cause. If a customer complained, he looked for the solution. If he didn't understand something, he researched it. This changed his professional life. Because employers don't simply need people who can follow instructions. They need people who can identify problems and help solve them. Alex also realized that creativity would become increasingly valuable. At first, he thought creativity belonged only to artists, writers, and designers. Then he understood that creativity exists in every profession. A programmer can create a better solution. A teacher can create a better learning experience. An entrepreneur can create a new business idea. A manager can find a new way to solve a team problem. A salesperson can create a better customer experience. Creativity is not simply making art. Creativity is seeing possibilities that other people don't see. And in a rapidly changing world, that ability can become incredibly valuable. Alex then started learning data literacy. He didn't try to become a professional data scientist. Instead, he learned how to understand numbers, read charts, identify trends, compare information, and ask questions about data. He discovered that modern organizations generate enormous amounts of information. But data itself isn't enough. Someone must understand what the data means. And more importantly, someone must know what decisions should be made because of it. Another skill Alex added to his list was cybersecurity awareness. The more digital the world becomes, the more important digital safety becomes. Alex learned basic principles such as protecting passwords, recognizing scams, securing accounts, handling sensitive information responsibly, and understanding common online threats. He realized that cybersecurity isn't only a job for cybersecurity professionals. Every digital professional has some responsibility for protecting information. But there was another skill Alex almost ignored: time management. Technology can make work faster. AI can automate tasks. Software can organize information. But none of these things matter if you don't know how to manage your attention. Alex began planning his day. He stopped constantly checking notifications. He created periods for focused work. He learned to prioritize important tasks instead of simply responding to everything that appeared. He discovered that productivity isn't about doing more things. It's about doing the right things. Then came one of the most important skills of all: leadership. Alex initially thought leadership meant having a high position. Then he learned that leadership is not only a job title. Leadership means taking responsibility, keeping promises, making decisions, helping others, accepting mistakes, creating trust, and moving forward when situations become difficult. You can demonstrate leadership even without being a manager. If you help your team solve a problem, that's leadership. If you take responsibility for a mistake, that's leadership. If you help someone learn, that's leadership. Alex also developed collaboration skills. The future workplace would not be about one person doing everything alone. People would work with colleagues from different backgrounds. They would work remotely. They would collaborate across countries. They would work alongside AI systems and digital tools. Alex learned that being able to cooperate with different kinds of people was a competitive advantage. But perhaps his biggest lesson came from entrepreneurial thinking. Entrepreneurial thinking doesn't mean everyone needs to start a company. It means learning to recognize opportunities. Instead of asking, "Who will give me an opportunity?" Alex started asking, "What problem can I solve?" That changed his career perspective. A valuable professional is someone who creates value. Maybe by building software, maybe by teaching, maybe by improving a process, maybe by helping customers, maybe by creating a business, maybe by using technology to make something faster, cheaper, safer, or easier. The question is always, what value can I create? Years passed. Alex continued learning. Some skills became outdated. New tools appeared. New technologies emerged. But Alex wasn't afraid, because he had developed something more important than any individual skill. He had developed the ability to learn. One day, Alex attended an interview. The interviewer asked him, "Why should we hire you?" Alex could have listed his degree. He could have listed certificates. Instead, he explained his mindset. "I can learn new technology. I can solve problems. I can communicate clearly. I can work with people. I can adapt when circumstances change. And when I don't know something, I know how to learn it." That answer represented years of preparation. Alex eventually received the opportunity he wanted. But he understood that getting the job wasn't the final goal. The real goal was staying valuable. And that required continuous growth. So remember these lessons as you prepare for 2030. First, learn AI. Don't fear technology. Learn how to use it. Second, develop critical thinking. Don't believe everything automatically. Question. Verify. Analyze. Third, become adaptable. The future will change. Your ability to change with it will matter. Fourth, improve communication. Learn to speak, write, listen, present, and explain ideas clearly. Fifth, build emotional intelligence. Understand yourself, understand others, and learn how to work through difficult situations. Sixth, become a problem solver. Don't only identify problems. Learn how to create solutions. Seventh, stay creative. Technology can generate information. Human creativity can give that information meaning and direction. Eighth, learn data literacy. You don't have to become a data scientist, but you should understand numbers, trends, and evidence. Ninth, understand cybersecurity. Protect your digital identity, information, and workplace data. 10th, practice continuous learning. Your education should not end when you receive your degree. Your career is a journey of learning. 11th, develop leadership and teamwork. Learn how to take responsibility and work effectively with others. And finally, build discipline. Because knowing what to learn is not enough. You have to actually do it. The future doesn't belong to people who simply wait for it. It belongs to people who prepare for it. So don't wait until 2030. Start today. Learn one new concept. Practice one skill. Read a few pages. Build a small project. Improve your communication. Experiment with AI. Ask better questions. Solve a real problem. Because years of small improvements can completely transform your career. And remember, you don't need to master every skill. You need to become someone who can learn, adapt, think, communicate, and create value. The future may be uncertain, but your preparation doesn't have to be. Thank you for listening to Skill Up 26. If you found this episode valuable, share it with someone who is preparing for their future career. And remember, don't wait for the future to arrive. Prepare for it. Build your skills. Build your confidence. Build your knowledge. And most importantly, build yourself. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, keep improving, and keep preparing for the opportunities of tomorrow. This is Skill Up 26, where every episode is a step toward becoming a better, smarter, and more prepared version of yourself. See you in the next episode. Stay curious, stay consistent, and never stop learning.